He has a developer that's ready and willing, and what he wants to do is create student housing. So Point Park College, Robert Morris, Duquesne University, housing would be on second, third, fourth stories with retail below. And basically, you got to change that philosophy. You know, do we have to have a retail, big department store hub like 1950s in downtown, or could it be something different? And you know,
well, whatever's there has to be open. I mean, walk downtown at night. I just got back from 6 months in Harrisburg. There are more people in downtown Harrisburg on any given night of the week than anywhere near downtown Pittsburgh. Thousands of them. Their whole main street is just filled with young people.
And how many department stores do they have? Major big department stores?
Little stores, little restaurants,
just like
little
Philadelphia
bars.
did.
The windows are open.
So we need more bars?
Sure,
yeah.
there's never, but all the bars that are there are closing downtown because there aren't any people.
Oakland needs more bars.
I mean, for God's sake, Froggy's closed.
Downtown Pittsburgh has all it needs: porn shops and Club Elite. I live down there.
Isn't that in the Strip District?
Yeah. No. You know what, though? It's funny. True story is a friend of mine who I used to work with in Michigan just moved to Pittsburgh.
Really?
And he got an apartment downtown. And when he tells people, they go, "Oh, where do you live?" Downtown. They go, "Really?" Like they're incredulous. They're like, "Oh, there's places to live." Not A, there's places to live downtown. B, why do you live down there? You know, when everybody else nobody lives downtown.
Yeah, where does he live?
He lives like 9th and Penn.
Oh, really?
Yeah, in that area. Yeah.
All right, so we need transportation, we need more bars and definitely housing downtown. Anything else necessary in order to fix things?
Yeah.
We need you to stay on the air.
Thank you.
We need to move towards a less fractured governmental system.
One big metropolitanism, one big freaking government.
Whatever the form is that fits for this area and this city and this county, we need to break away from having 18 governments for every 100,000 people.
Isn't this just a plot by you to become the mayor of the county one day?
That's it. It was, on the last day of your show, it comes out.
And what was that thing you did? Head, heart, soul, or something? It's like, are you Catholic?
Like a Sammy Sosa thing?
It's like the Catholic
But
thing.
in English.
No, I don't want to end up like Sammy.
All right. So, Alan, you're definitely leaving no matter what.
Yes.
You know, this could never. We couldn't persuade you to hang around.
No.
Why is that?
Because Pittsburgh's been great to me, but it's nowhere that when I came here, I knew that I would eventually leave. It's not a place that I'm going to put down roots. And
you could change your mind.
Well, I've been here in January. I will have been here 5 years, which has flown by. I mean, you know, luckily. But no, I won't stay here. I mean, I'll go on to different things.
Just because you want more money in a bigger place, and a bigger place has more money.
Sure.
Okay,
Yeah.
fine. We'll let you go then.
And frankly, I have no. You were the first guy to. You know, I do off cue for PBS, and the only reason I do that show is because those producers saw me as a greenhorn in Pittsburgh on NightTalk. So you're the first guy to put me on TV. I have that gig now because of this show. So with this show gone, that's just gravy. What am I sticking around for? I'm not doing this show, so what am I sticking around for?
All right. Any final words before we end this scintillating free-for-all segment?
No, I just saw your show last night, and Jim Cram was talking about the great people he had a chance to meet. You know, Alan Cox is on Q or off Q or whatever it's called this week because of the fact that when you sat on this show, they found you were intelligent.
Yeah.
I mean, you brought out different things in different people. You gave me a little soapbox that, you know, stirs up the pot, and I appreciate that. And I think.
And now the mayor hates your guts.
Yeah, he does.
The mayor hates everybody these days.
Good point.
I hope we see you back on the air soon.
Thanks, Jonna. Appreciate it.
Happy John McIntire.
Ladies and gentlemen, another scintillating free-for-all panel. Meet the next group of humans when we come back on the final historic episode of Night Talk. Ladies and gentlemen, Bill Green is on the panel tonight. Still to come, music videos from Sophie Masloff and Cyril Weck. They will be dancing. You don't want to miss it. Stay with us on the final episode of Night Talk. Back to introduce our next scintillating free-for-all panel, though I'm very, very confused. You're Bill Green, right?
No, I'm not Bill Green, but I'm here to defend Bill Green's
Well, who's the guy next to you?
Actually, this is the famous Bill Green, the political analyst, second to none in the country.
Well, I was certain that you were.
No, I'm not. Actually, I'm from Chiller Theater, and I'm Steve, and of course you know that, John, because Bill and I...
Ladies and gentlemen, Little Steven from Chiller Theater. A classic Pittsburgh television program.
But I thought I would come back every 20 years for a final show, and it's been about 20 years for Chiller, so I had to come back for the best final show that there will be in Pittsburgh.
If I can ask you, thank you very much for that. Are you resentful of the fact that Bill Green is trying to be the preeminent midget in the region?
No, he's a very, very intelligent man, and he's slightly taller than I am, but I thought that now that Arnold is in California, that Bill and I could be the DeVito Schwarzenegger, the twins thing. And I'm a Democrat, and Bill's a Republican, so that would work out good.
Little Steven, you are incredible good sport to come here tonight and hang out with us.
Hey, I appreciate being invited.
And you've been on the show, and you were tremendous as a guest.
Thank you. I was here with Bill and Bruno.
And Chili Billy, absolutely. And Bruno, yeah.
And Bruno was here, and it's been a great show, and I watch you every night. I watched you last night, and it's a shame to see you go, but local television just isn't what it used to be in Pittsburgh.
Not without a theater, pal.
I think that's when it started to go down, and then they brought you in, John, and they brought it back up. But now, John, it's just, But I am sure you're going to show up somewhere.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming. Have a nice day.
Good to see you.
Okay.
Goodbye.
Little Steven, ladies and gentlemen, from Chiller Theater. All right, time is slipping away. Mean Bill Green, a Republican curmudgeon extraordinaire, is here. The lovely and talented Diana Wentz, who single-handedly drove Cyril Wecht's political career down the drain. Political analyst extraordinaire. And Chris Potter, ladies and gentlemen, they're like looking map or something. Chris Potter, the senior editor, is that correct? I always get that wrong? Just the managing editor of the city paper. I think Newman is the real... the big honcho.
Are we on now?
Yes, we're on.
Oh, I'm sorry. What we were going through, the Tribune Review pointed out that the three of us have to find something else to do on Friday nights now. We figured that since the show's going off the air, does not mean that we cannot still circulate the city and pontificate. So we're going to set up a card table, and we're going to go to different parts of the city. Ross Park Mall, well, Allegheny Center Mall isn't there anymore.
Yeah.
Century Free.
Yeah.
And we're going to set up a card table, and we're going to pontificate for food. And I think we actually have a sign for that.
Yes, we will all opine for food in the very near future.
Oh, do you want to come too and be part of that?
Well, if you guys got to find something else to do on Friday nights, I do as well. All right.
In fact, John, now that you've brought it up, attaboys are fine at Dr. Friday.
Yeah,
but I thought we'd provide you with something that could actually help you in the challenges to come.
Ladies and gentlemen, you can see me just off the Grant Street exit, downtown Pittsburgh, with this sign in the very near future, looking pathetic.
There's a bit of a bonus too. Obviously, the streets of Pittsburgh are about to be littered with would-be pundits. So I thought,
and confetti, because it's John McIntire.
Let's give you a bit of an edge. And what is the one thing that it takes a talk show host in the United States today to get a bit of sympathy from the national media? It's OxyContin addicts. Please help. God bless.
My friends, I eat OxyContin like it's Cap'n Crunch. All right, thank you very much, Chris
You're
Potter.
welcome, sir.
I mean, seriously, do you have 5 more bits?
No.
No,
good.
No, I was going to say, continuing with the theme of the show, it's an interstate road atlas.
Yeah.
They've got maps of the states in here. They've got maps of the major cities in America in here. Could we find a map of Pittsburgh in here? No.
I don't know, but are we doomed? Is Pittsburgh doomed, or should we be fueled with optimism for some apparent reason? Bill Green.
I've seen this city go through so much, and one of the keys to this Western Pennsylvania and the city is its resilience, and we've seen it come out of nowhere to a renaissance in the early 50s. We've seen it have a terrible recession and come back with another renaissance in the 80s. So I think that we'll get through this tough patch and come back strong again. I see a Renaissance 3 probably in the next 10 years. I'm very optimistic. Right now, it's very easy to be pessimistic, but I think in the long term we'll come back.
That's a good view from the veteran, Diana Wentz.
Well, it depends on, I mean, you have to define, first of all, doomed. I mean, are we going to become the next Baltimore, Seattle,
how did Dr. Wecht put it?
Austin?
Jerkwater, Texas, or whatever?
Are we going to become one of those 3 places that's like really cool to live? And then the question is, do we want to? I mean, people in Seattle, they actually
No, we don't want to be a cool to live place.
Well,
that would be horrible.
No.
Plan.
The people in Seattle actually tried to stop people in Northern California from moving up to Seattle because there were too many people coming into town. We have a really good secret here in Pittsburgh. Everybody is just surprised and stunned when they come to the city about the view, about how clean it is, about the fact that, there's not black soot in the air, and how wonderful a place it is.
Thank God we're not growing and we're losing population.
We just need to bring some people here who will bring jobs. I mean, it's part of the whole Rust Belt problem, and Councilman Peduto knows how to deal with things like this. But
no, Councilman Peduto would tax the living hell out of anybody that brings new jobs to this town. That's the problem with one party ruling this city.
But before we get to that.